Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are driving into something that makes IT and HR teams so much easier. That is HR-driven provisioning. So what exactly is HR-driven provisioning? Simply put, it's the process of automatically creating users account based on the data from your company's HR. Correct? So when a new employee is added to the HR system, they can automatically trigger the creation of an account in Active Directory. That accounts then sync to Entra ID using Entra Connect or other sync agent, that is Cloud Sync. Companies might use traditional on-prem HR system like SAP SCM or modern cloud-based platform like SAP SuccessFactors is there, Workday is there, many other more HR provisioning applications are there, and some of them are used mixed of them, right? So in the past, on-premises system needs tools like SAP Identity Management or Microsoft Identity Management to create users account. But now Entra ID can work directly with both on-prem and cloud HR system, automating the whole process. Even if you are not Active Directory at all, if you doesn't have the Active Directory, then also it will work with the help of Entra. So now we will check what is on-prem HR provisioning. It just seems using a locally hosted HR system to create and manage digital identities. These systems usually share data using files or databases. For example, if you are using SAP HCM and SAP SuccessFactors together, you can sync employees' data using SAP Integration Suite. Correct? So the data can then be sent directly to Entra ID or first passed through Active Directory, depends on your step or the configuration that you have created. Correct? Now we will see what is Cloud HR2 Entra provisioning, or how we can provision Cloud HR system users towards the Entra. So where the thing get really smart nowadays, Cloud HR to Microsoft Entra provisioning is also been in the place. This replaces messy error-prone methods like we need to upload the CSV or we need to run the manual scripts to do the syncs. Instead of that, we can directly use Microsoft Entra Connect directly with the platforms like to sync our users towards Workday or SuccessFactors. We need to just sync from the users from your on-premises Active Directory to Entra with the help of any of the sync agent, that is Entra Connect or Cloud Sync. Then from the cloud itself, we can be easily able to sync those users towards our HR provisioning, which is called as direct provisioning. And the second thing is provisioning right back. Like you need to just sync the users from any of the HR application towards the Entra itself. So these both then work, and with the help of those, we can be able to automatically create the users in Active Directory from your cloud HR system, or vice versa. You can just create your Active Directory users at HR system. Okay, you can create cloud only users in Entra ID, like any of the user which is directly created in Entra ID can be provisioned towards the cloud towards the HR system, or vice versa. Even if you are sending more information like username, email, or towards the HR system, or any of the attribute value, you can sync the roles also towards the HR system. So that will be helpful with the help of provisioning. Okay, so HR Divert provisioning help you to simplify identity management, reduce errors, and speed up the onboarding process, which helps our both IT and HR team to work flawlessly in the environment. Okay, so today we will see the setup, how we can set up a free trial account, and the HR system that today we are using, or HR application that today we are using is Snowflake. Sorry for that. So we will just move forward and create a free trial account with Snowflake, and will provision our Entra ID or the users that I have there in Entra ID. Will provision that users towards our Snowflake account. So moving towards my lab, and we will check those. So as already we have seen all the prerequisites and why we are using HR provisioning. Today we will move forward with the Snowflakes and Entra ID. To do a provisioning between Entra ID and Snowflakes, we will be provisioning our Entra ID users towards the Snowflake. Okay, so we will just start our session with the same, and at the last we will have our all the users towards our Entra ID. So this is my Entra ID account that I have already been created. You should be having an Entra ID account over there, and with that account you should be able to sync your users towards the Snowflakes. Okay, so for starting of the thing, we need to first do a sign up over an Snowflake's portal. For doing sign up, we will be using URL, which is signup.snowflakes.com. When you will enter this URL, you should be handy with your work email address. Always remember, here it will be take only work email address. That means you should be able to provide any of the company email address that you are working, or if you have your domain itself, your personal domain, and you have verified the MX record, due to which you can be able to receive an email over there. So that work email you should be mentioned here. Okay, so first name, last name, work email address, and why you are sign upping. You can any of the options that has been provided here, you can go ahead with that and click on continue. As I already been have registered with the URL and all, with the account and all, I will just quickly log in with my account, so that will help you to do the same. So this is the basic interface of, after once you do a sign up, you will find like this interface over there. If you just check that what over credits and the free trials that we have spent, we can be able to find here. Okay, what we have spent, all the cost related things that we have, we could be able to find here, how much it will cost. If you want to search for the instant that we have here, this is the warehouse that we have. Okay, it's Snowflake's learning warehouse, it's notebook, it's the compute one. Okay, compute pools, here you can find all the instances that we have in this particular account. Okay, users and roles, these are the users here, users and role that you're going to be able to find. Under the account, you're going to be able to find how much accounts do you have, active accounts that you have dropped, or the reader account. Reader account is the thing which can only be able to read the details of the users. This is my enterprise account, which has been associated with this organization. Okay, security, contacts, and billing, these all things we have over here. Okay, so once you have signed up with the Snowflake, then you should be going towards your Intra portal itself. Okay, here I have logged in with my verified domain, so we need to just go ahead and search for your enterprise application, as after logging there we should be able to install an enterprise application here itself. Okay, so we will search for Snowflake for Microsoft Entra ID. Okay, this is the icon which you can see states here that this application is compatible for an automatic provisioning. Okay, always remember, if you are able to find this icon here, okay, that means provisioning icon is there. Provisioning means, and you open is this, that will shows automatic provisioning supported. That means this application support and automatic provisioning. After automatic provisioning, we also have a manual provisioning with the particular applications, but manual provisioning will, you need to initiate provisioning again or again for manual provisioning. If you are going with automatic provisioning, then it will be easy for you. It will sync all your users and computers automatically at the proper interval of time. Okay, so this is the Snowflake's provisioning account which we have checked, and it is supported with the automatic provisioning. It says SAML based, single sign-on is the SAML based authentication it's using. We will go ahead and create this. You can just change the name also of this, like if you need to change your Snowflake's for Entra ID name, you can go ahead and change the name also, but right now I'm keeping it as it is, and we're not going to change the name of the application itself. So once it has been registered, we again need to go back to our enterprise administration account. Okay, so this is our Snowflakes. Here we need to create a user, and we need to give some permission for that particular user, so that we could be able to create those applications over here, and we could be able to update those roles and data that we are going to provision over there. Okay, so for that you need to go to projects over worksheets, and then worksheet you need to click on add, so it will open a worksheet of your SQL database. Okay, here we need to write some SQL query, or you can say SQL command, which will help you to provide the role and create the user over the Snowflake's account itself. So which will help us to provision our user towards the Snowflakes. Okay, so the command is already been mentioned in the document itself also, that I will attach in the description. Parallelly I will show you the command also. Parallelly we will just go through the command and check what the command is doing. Okay, so this is the command basically. If I will just increase it, so that will help you. So it's saying use role account admin. Okay, the role name is account admin. Okay, if role is not exist, please create a new role. Create a role if not exist. Okay, so it will create a new role with the name of AAD provisioner. Okay, so I will just do one thing that will help us. So I will just change it to AAD lab. Okay, grant create user on account to role. They're saying grant permission of create user on the account this to role AAD lab. Okay, it's again saying grant create role on account to role. So it's again saying grant a permission of create role on an account which we are creating for the role. Grant role AAD lab sorry to role account admin. So this will be included in role account admin. Create or replace security integration AAD provisioning. Here we will type AAD lab with type as skim. Okay, skim is a type of the count that we are doing, that configuration we are doing. Okay, skim client is Azure is our IDP, run and roll as a AAD lab, and select the skim generate token. Here also we will change it to AAD provisioning, we will change it to AAD lab. Okay, we will run it, and it will run all the things. It has given an error for us. AAD lab parameter is not been available. Okay, that is the reason I have changed it. Now we will go ahead and go with the previous one. If you are doing any of the changes that you are doing that is not over there, it will give you the error itself. So please use the default one that we have, AAD provisioning. Now we will run it. It will be succeed. You can see a system generated skim access token has been generated, this one, and this is the token that has already been generated. Okay, so this is for the last one that we have been selected. Okay, if we remove it, then we should be able to find only the account creation. You can see integration AAD provisioning successfully created. Okay, so now as this has been created, we will again go back and check is our application is installed. Yeah, the application has been installed and registered successfully. So here we have couple of properties that we have. These are the name of application, this is the application ID, this is the object ID. Okay, Here we have deployment plan and resolve the problem. Here we have properties. So when we check the properties, enable the user for single sign-in, yes. If you are going to use as a sign-in, then it should be yes. Name of the application. Here we have given the name of the application. What should be the homepage URL? This is the homepage URL of that. If you want to personalize your logo for the same, you can just go ahead and upload the logo here. So your logo of the application will be changed over there. What are the user access URL? These are the user access URL where user can go ahead and able to access the application itself. We have application ID, object ID. These are the information that is required from the publisher end. Publisher means here the publisher is Snowflake. Okay, the Snowflake need to provide those informations. Okay, assignment required, like if we are going to assign any user or groups under this, then it should be yes. So here we have done it, yes. So we can assign the users and group under this role. Okay, it's saying visible to user. If it should be visible to user, then we need to click it yes, then it will be visible for all our user. Okay, so the user will be able to find there in the portal itself, and they will be able to open the same from the my apps. My apps will be the page where users will be able to find this application. Any note if you want to give, you can give it. Any changes, after doing the changes, you need to click on save. If you want to delete the application also, you can go ahead and delete the application from here. Okay, moving ahead, here we have the owners of the application. If you want to give any ownership to any of the user or any of the manager, so that that manager or that user could be able to manage this application, go ahead and give a ownership of this enterprise application to that particular user. We have roles and administrators here. The roles which is provided to this application are, here we have one custom role, here we have report reader, and here we have cloud application administrator, which is in by default given by to this application itself. Users and groups, here we need to give some particular users and group. When we are provisioning, we can provision the users on the basis of we can provision the users with the two methods. One is we need to provision the specific users or specific groups to the portal itself. Second, we can go ahead and we can just create some specific uh, group or users, and second time we can go ahead with all the users and groups that is where in my Entra ID will be synced towards the cloud. So I will request you if we can go ahead and we can just sync those particular objects which are already been there. We will create a group of users, then we will assign that group of users to this application, and that particular group of users will be syncing towards our application. Okay, here is the method of single sign-on. As we have already been checked, it already supports SAMLs. So SAML, you need to just create for the single sign-on. You need to provide the details of the SAML, right? Identity, ID itself, reply where the URL should be replied, single sign-on URL. You need to just go through with the attribute claims. This is the most important scenario, important point here, the second one, as this will be checked during your login. When you are going to log in, these attributes and claim will be satisfied, should be satisfied, then only you are able to log in itself. Okay, this is a certificate, SAML certificate sign in. You need to download and upload it there. Once you've been done, you need to download all the metadata here that we have and upload at the application itself where we are going to set up a sign in. This is a provisioning, what we are currently doing. Okay, so here we have not set it up, that's why the options are grayed out. We will just click on get start. It will be previously on the manual mode, we will convert it to automatic. It will ask us for an admin credential. Okay, we need to provide here tenant URL and then the secret that we have. So basically these things we will get from the application end itself, and parallelly if it is a gallery application, it will directly ask you for a tenant URL and the secret itself. Otherwise, if you are just manually going to add an application in this in the Entra itself, then you need to provide the access ID, access token, secrets, and the details that you are going to that will create a trust between that application and the Entra ID. Currently we should just provide the tenant URL and the secret itself to just establish a trust between our Snowflakes and the Entra ID. Okay, so we will just go ahead on the Snowflake's portal itself. I'm just showing from where we will be able to get our URL itself. Go to portal, go to admin, then from admin you need to go to account. From account you need to go to manage URLs. This is our URL, which is being used as a tenant URL for the account. Okay, so this is my portal. Here we will paste the tenant URL. Okay, as we are doing the skim provisioning, so after adding this URL we should be giving slash skim sim slash v2 slash. Okay, so this will be demonstrate the version of the provisioning, that is v2, and which we are which provisioning we are doing. So we need to follow by the skim itself, skim slash v2. Okay, now the term of secret token. So for the secret token that we want to use, again we need to go to our query that we are initiating. This is my query. So the thing that we have been removed from here, select one. Okay, we should select it and we need to run it. So when you select this and run it, it will generate a token itself. So I'm just removing this from here as it will be a secret token, so it should be secret, correct? So just my token has been generated. When you will do it at your end, you will be able to do it successfully as if any error is not there. Okay, so we will paste it. This is my secret token. We will click on test connection. Once the test connection is successful, that means the trust between your Snowflake and your Entra ID has been successfully set it up. Now there is no need to make any other connections or just verifying account. Once it has been verified, until you are not changing the secret of this particular account, it will not be, you does not need to verify it again. Okay, here we have couple of more settings, but first we need to save it. That is the reason that secret token and other things has been saved, so they will create a connection in between them. Now we will go again back to enterprise application. Here we will search for Snowflake for Microsoft. So from here you can go again and just search for your Snowflakes and Microsoft. Just go to provisioning. Once you will click the provisioning, you can see we have set it up, so that's our provisioning is ready to be started. But before going for a provisioning, we need to see some couple of other settings are there. Okay, like this mapping has been appeared. Once we have just created the trust between Entra ID and Snowflake, then we should be able to find this two mappings here. Just we need to open the mapping one by one. This is the mapping for the groups. So here we have the name of the provisioning itself. Okay, after that we have is enabled or not. Yes, it has been enabled. The object is group, source object is scope. So this is a type of scoping filter that we have. If you click on add new scoping filter, here you have multiple of attributes here. So this is a type of filter, like if my attribute, what we can go ahead with. Okay, we can go with display name. For example, if display name start with where is it? Okay, we can go ahead. If display name include Shivam, then this account should be synced towards the cloud. Okay, it is kind of a filter that we can use here. Like if the manager is Shivam, then we can go ahead and we need to enable the provisioning itself. Okay, so this will help like that way only. If you are creating the scoping filter, then you can just scope or you can filter out your users and mappings that you want to sync towards the cloud. Okay, here is the attribute mapping itself. Like this attribute should be mapped with this Entra ID attribute. Okay, so this is the display name. Display name should be matching with the display name. Member should be matching with the member. This you can understand with the users itself. These are the groups. This is not the user. So when we open the user section, the user you can see, so here we have target object actions. Like if we are giving the permission, if we are not giving the permission of delete, then this account could not be able to delete the users, although you have deleted the same in the Entra itself. Okay, so you should already be remember that if we are giving the permission to delete, then only the user will be deleted in the application end. Or if we are still giving the permission for update, then only the user will be updated at the application end. Okay, So these are the mapping that I told, like user principal name should be the same that is there in the Microsoft Entra ID. If it is active, then only it should be synced. Given name should be synced with given name. So these are the attribute that we can map. Okay, this attribute should be mapped with this particular attribute in the application. One thing, very small thing that I tell here, like the provisioning agent will always capture the sync of the active user only. If your account or if your user is not active in the tenant itself, your provisioning agent will not capture that user or will not cover that user in a sync scope. Already you have been added in that particular group itself. Okay. If you go for sync advanced option, then you can just go with the expression builder. You can review your schema itself. If you just go with the expression builder, here you have the option to create any expression during the same. Okay, if you want to write any expression or if you want to create any expression, you can go ahead and do the same from here. Okay, after that we have checked the mapping itself. We have send notification to a specific if any failure occurs. Here you need to give the name of that person who will be responsible to check the email or will be receiving a notification if any failure is occurs over there. Or secondly, we can go ahead and try to get an email if any failure or any sync quarantine has been happened. Okay, this is a accidental deletion threshold. By default it is be 500, but if you want to change, you can go ahead and change it. This is the option sync only assigned users and group. So we have two ways, like we have discussed sync all users and groups. Second, we have sync only assigned users and groups, which will help us to just check or just bifurcate that which user should be syncing towards the cloud. Okay, although we can go ahead with sync all users and group, but this will be affecting as every of the user which is there and under Entra ID will be synced towards the application. So the best option is we can sync only specific users and groups. That will help us and we will be able to sync our users towards the cloud. Okay, so but the thing is that we have recently we have not added any of the users and groups under here. So quickly we will create a group and we will add that group in this Snowflake's account itself. Because we can go ahead and we can do one thing. I have already been created a group which is having couple of members itself. We go to groups, there should be yes, Snowflake slab is there. We should go ahead and select this group. Oh, it should do not show my location, bro. Okay, we will assign it. So as this users have been assigned, we need to just go on the provisioning part and just we need to start the provisioning. Okay, so it will start our provisioning itself. The provisioning cycle has been started, so it will take minimum maximum 40 minutes to complete its interval. Once it is completed, we can be able to find the complete status here itself. So I will just pause it, and once it has been completed, we will get it back. So as you can check that already 21 users and one group that we have assigned to this application has been provisioned towards our application itself. We will just quickly go back to our application and we will check for all the users that we have over there. We should be able to find a couple of users. Yeah, those all users has been added. If you just wanted to search which are the user that we have added here, we can just go ahead and check the member users that we have. So just for a verification we are checking, you can see. So these all are the users that we have with the name itself, like and conference room Brain Jones there, conference room Brain Jones is there, right? Conference room. So all these users which has been there has been synced towards our provisioning agent. We have 21 users here, so I think all 21 users has been total 23 users are there. The two users are my by default. This is the Snowflake user which has been created temporary, and then I have my user itself on which I have been logged in. it is an admin account. You can see we have created an owner for all these, that is AAD provisioning. In the project worksheet that we have written here, we have created, and here we have written AAD provisioning, right? So the same will be the person who will be admin for those users, and that will be provisioning from here itself. What is the status of those accounts? These are enabled. If you are deleting any users in the Entra, it will be updated here, and you can be able to check the logs of that particular users also. Okay, like active or it has been expired, what is the ownership, any other roles or privileges that has been granted will be showed here. So like this, you can go ahead and check the details if you want to disable the user, reset the password, or any of the permission that you can provide, or any of the, what we can say, roles or addition that you want to do. You can go ahead and search here for the same. So this is my by default domain, but if you want to go with any other domain also, you can go ahead and create it as a primary domain. Okay, so this is the pretty demo for the same. Hope this demo finds you helpful.
So that's
Okay,
our wrap up on today's discussion. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon. Okay, so take care, bye bye, and see you in the next video.